Okay, guys, so you guys just spent some time looking through some different nonfiction books and looking at the table of contents for each book and looking at how some of them are all different. Like they take a different stance depending on what it is that that book is trying to teach. So today, while I am out, you guys are going to be working on your table of contents, and I wanted to give you some background information before you get started. So first off, let's think about what a strong table of contents should look like. One thing you got to think about is it needs to have a logical structure. So think about what's most important, what's least important. Usually you might want to start with your least important, then get to your most important. You might want to go from first to last if there's an order of events that are in your book. Talk about the different parts, the different types, the different reasons. So as you're brainstorming, kind of think about the order and make sure that it makes sense on the order that you do it. Some table of contents might contain chapters of equal weight and importance. So yours might have chapters if you're kind of telling a story about different things. And you want to make sure that it covers the whole topic. I don't want to sit here with my bearded dragon book and name one of my pages or lights. Well, that's not my whole topic on that page. My whole topic is the tank information. So I want to make sure that I have all of that information. So whatever I choose for my title of that page, I want to make sure that it's going to cover everything that is in that boxes and bullets. And then make sure that you don't repeat information included in other chapters. So if I'm talking about my daily care in one chapter, I don't need to talk about daily care in another chapter. So here are some other things to think about. Will your table of contents be questions or descriptions? I know that when I was walking around yesterday, I noticed that one of Ellie's topics on her sticky note was a question. So you can always maybe have your different chapter titles questions or maybe a description. Will your table of contents be chapters? Will it be numbered? So all of these just kind of depend on what is your book going to be about and what's going to fit the needs for your book. And then how can you jazz up your simple headings in your boxes? So you've got your very simple headings in your boxes. I might have food, but how can I jazz that up and make it more interesting? Here are some examples. So I want you to take a minute and look at these. You guys can pause this, look at these, have some conversations. When I look in the blue, I see deadly surprises, scary snakes, ferocious fish, deadliest of all. So what do you guys think this book is about? Probably about some different types of deadly animals, right? And then when you look at the purple box, these are all made out of questions. What is a cheetah? What do cheetahs eat? What is a king cheetah? How do cheetahs catch prey? Are cheetahs extinct? So this writer took the stance of making all of his chapters questions. And then you see this other one over here where the chapters are numbered. Chapter 1, the first position is first base. Chapter 2, the second position is second base. I bet you can guess what this book's about. If you said baseball or you were thinking baseball, you're right. So looking at this kind of shows you how I can jazz it up over here in the blue by saying deadliest, scary, ferocious, how I can use questions, and then how I can also use numbered chapters. So I am going to switch here and I want you to watch mine. And we're going to kind of work through my table of contents real quick. Let's see if I can get this going here. All right, there we go. You guys should be able to see mine now. And I have my box or my sticky notes. So I have food, daily care, look like, temperament, and tank info. So I'm going to turn to my next clean page and I'm going to leave a few because I haven't finished mine. Now you're going to do this in your notebook first, and then you can decide what order you want to put it in. So this is going to be like my rough draft, and then you'll get a page that is your table of contents page for you to write them in the order that you want them to go, and a lot neater. So the first thing that I know is I'm going to have an introduction. We will all have an introduction page. Put table of contents. I'm going to have an introduction. I might say feeding a bearded dragon. Oh, my feeding a dragon. Let's see. Another one was my taking care of them, right? I'm going to say daily care. I was going to do what they look like. So I might name this one what they look like. Setting up for your dragon. And that will be all of my tank information type things. Temperament. Remember I talked about how they act. See, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we will always have our conclusion. So everybody should have an introduction and a conclusion. And then obviously yours in the middle are going to be different based on what your book is about. So now I can look through and decide what order do I want these. I can number them right now. I don't have to number them when I do it on my final copy, but this will just kind of help me get my things organized. So obviously my introduction is going to be first. I think that I want to kind of talk about what they look like. Second, I want to talk about their temperament. Third, then I think I'm going to go into setting up their tank, what their daily care looks like. Oh, I think I'm actually do feeding next. Their daily care. And then lastly, my conclusion. So once you do your rough draft in your notebook, and then you kind of number the order, you can go to the sub and you can then get the table of contents page that is going to go into your book. And then you can put your final draft onto that page. Make sure that when you do that, that you are writing nice and neat and you're putting them in the correct order, because that then will be the order that your book is going to go in. When you are done with this, I want you to store it in your writing folder in your binder, because we will be putting our book together when we are done writing everything and putting the things in the correct order. So today, your main job is your table of contents. When you get done with that, you can check in with the sub on what other things you may do, but I cannot wait to see your creative table of contents pages. And I look forward to seeing you guys later today.